This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we're out here hooking you up with the best of the best interviews. And today we have a special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Felicita. I'm a community practitioner by profession. That is, I work with community groups. I work in Tigania, Meru County, and I also travel. I love traveling. I love adventure, so anything adventure, that's me. I also do photography, and I work out. And so many things. I'm playing a violin. So for me, it's more of the experiences that I want to have and experience. So anything I feel I can do, I challenge myself to doing it. So yeah, on the road.
So, when did your passion in photography and traveling start?
I think it started way back in uni, but not as I didn't have like a page then. I'm traveling, but I schooled in Kilifi. I did my undergraduate in Kilifi at Pwani University. So Kilifi, those who have been to Kilifi, the ocean is there. But I used to take advantage of the sundowners, and then that time you never used to have like very good phone. So ukikuwa na ile the slide one, so you make sure you take like a very good photo. But I look at the photos that I've taken back then, and I'm shocked and I'm surprised of how much I was doing. So I'd say back in uni when I was in Kilifi and enjoying the beauty in the small things, because I used to walk with my friends from the campus to Old Ferry, for those of you in Kilifi, and watch the sunset. And it wasn't as much the way people do it right now. You are amazed. Hiyo time tulikuwa tunakaa tu hapo, we are enjoying the moment. But later on after uni, I started enjoying, and even for photography, I started still back in uni. I used to have a few friends of mine who are already doing photography. So I used to take a photo, send them, then they do like a review, then they critique the photo. Then from there I started learning kukram ISO ni nini kwa camera. So, but I think in my uni days, and that's kitambo.
So, like you've just said how this thing started back in uni. So, I want to know, did you feel like a weirdo because guys usually spend their time partying and drinking. So for you, what interested you most is traveling. So did you feel like you are very weird?
I wouldn't say so. I think I was among the most unique people in school. I was trying everything because I wasn't in a position to go drinking with my parents' money. Kama ni pesa yangu nitakunywa ama nitaenda nayo sherehe, lakini this is sponsored. Like my parents are paying for my bills. So I had to choose which one is easy for me, and also like being there outside with nature, it made me more at peace with myself, with everything. It was like my coping mechanism in uni. Sometimes you don't have food, ama mzazi amechelewa kutuma pesa, and you're there. Like it made me feel. I think I was just outgoing like that because I was doing salsa, I was doing skating, I was doing taekwondo, I was doing hiking, I was in club. So being busy kept me more at peace and more focused with my life and school. Plus it's uni. I experienced the night out, and I also experienced like nature and things people never used to value as much. Yeah.
So was being in uni and you just having that experience, did that now unlock something in your brain where you started thinking to yourself that I actually like this, maybe if I get some money I can continue traveling to different places? Did that opportunity like unlock something in your brain that made you feel like this traveling thing, if I get like money I can continue doing it even in other places?
Yeah. And luckily I was most people used to know me as the photographer. Unana, like you find kids like uni kids with cameras for streets. That was me. So I remember there's a time we even used to borrow cameras from people. And when I see a camera, I'm so wowed. I'm so wowed, and I'm like, "Hi, can I see your camera? Can I try? Can you teach me?" And I think that experience, also with photography, everyone has like a different eye and like a different style of how you take your photos. So for me, it was more of nature back then, like capturing that moment. I would sit at the beach and just focus on the waves. I'm a focus on the town or sunrise, sunset. It was just like my therapy, not like therapy, my coping mechanism in uni. But also I got experiences to travel, and I used to travel a lot. And also I think at a younger age with parents, easy school trips, the ones you usually go. So my dad was a teacher then. So every school trip that they organized, I was part of it. Mtoto wa mwalimu, so lazima akue. And I think also going like in different trips. And I remember sometimes my dad would be like, especially on Mombasa Road, explain to me what those hills are. So he had to be so keen, so attentive, and also think with that and my own experiences and places also that I've visited. I used to enjoy that more, and I think he may build where I am right now when it comes to like taking photos.
Yeah, I want us to talk about again you visiting, of course, different places, you're experiencing different cultures. So just looking at all the places you have been, have you been able to appreciate different cultures because maybe you're just living somewhere and you think that this is how the world works, and then you travel to some place, you find people have different culture, different values. So have you been able to really experience the diversity in the different Kenyan cultures?
Yes, I would say yes. I love art. So anything that I see people are doing with their hands excites me. Like ni kama ni rejuvenate. So some people think I'm Masai because I have so many beadwork. So I've had the opportunity to experience Masai culture at large because I lived in Loitoktok for like 3 months. So I experienced that. And also Samburu is here. And being born and raised in Nanyuki, um, has made me be like open-minded. We have everyone in that town. So you'll find the African culture, you'll find the North African cultures, and you get to experience that and appreciate that. Yeah, actually, I have I have these. Let me call it like a list of having a collection of all African Kenyan outfits. So I already checked Masai, checked Kikuyu, since I'm Kikuyu, checked Kimeru, since I'm Marian, and that experience. And also the Mijikenda ones. I remember we used to go see them dance and I would join. Kama ni hiyo mguu nitakanyanga venye inafaa. So yeah, I've had the pleasure of interacting with other cultures, and culture is more of art when you look, not like that. I don't look at the tribal bit, I look at the art bit because that's where the beauty is. Yeah.
From traveling, I want us to talk about long distance travel. So let's say if you're planning to go somewhere a little bit far, just take us through the preparation process that you have. Like, what must you carry? What do you usually pay much attention to? What don't you bother carrying because maybe you can buy on the road? Just take us through the preparations.
I think I'm not the best person to advise on packing because I would be packing for one day and I carry like a whole suitcase. But I'm learning not to overpack. But the things I look, citing an example from like a trip I had with one of my best friends. We planned a trip to go to Kilifi for New Year's. And apart from our clothes, of course, we look at the places where we are visiting, potential shoots that you can do, if it's sundowner, if it's swimming, if it's boat ride. So the clothes that I'm packing, lazima zitamatch the environment in terms of color or how I want the photos to be seen, depending on how whatever picture I want to take and whatever story I want to give. So it determines the clothes that I wear. So hata kama nitabeba a whole suitcase ni sawa, but things that I don't leave, sunscreen for starters, even if I'm going for hiking, sunscreen, water, money, what else? Clothes to change. If it's like a hike that it's not very far, I'll carry my mug because I have like a few mugs where the mountain is calling, the ocean is calling. It's like fancy, fancy messages. Clothes, swimming costume, basically money. I think for me it's money, and clothes and toiletries zinaingia hapo, mafuta, sunscreen. It's not like much. I'm not the oops, sorry, it's a crop up. It's not the my packing is a bit weird because it depends with the mood and the place that I'm going, but I'll carry clothes. Me, I'm not the best person to give advice on how to pack, but I'm still learning how to pack. Yeah.
Your most memorable experience or your most fun experience? Just I like that.
I think, oh my God, I have so many. I have so many. But I think one that keep playing in my mind is the New Year's um trip that I went with Stephanie. She's called Explore with Steph on Instagram. Hi Steph. We went the two of us. It was so random, and we had planned to go for this trip for like 3 months before. Then we postponed due to work, and then she called me like, "Twende Kilifi for New Year's," and I'm like, "Why not?" So we paid for the ticket, yeah, train, and we went to Kilifi. And the most fun thing is that everything from out of 10 things that we had planned to do, I think we happened to do like two of them. And the rest was random and the most beautiful kind of random. So I think the randomness and the people we met, the fun, the fireworks at the creek. Oh my God, I still remember how hard we were screaming. It was so magical. And I think that will be a thing. It will be a thing going for New Year's in Kilifi. And that's like one of the few, but I have like so many with my friends that I cherish a lot. I cherish a lot. But that one for Kilifi, it was we went to Watamu, then left Watamu, went back to Kilifi. We went to check out the bioluminescence at the creek. Um, so Kilifi at night doesn't get dark. You can see, bado unaona mwangaza. Then sasa kuna the bioluminescence inside the water. Then there was a campfire at the beach. Oh my God, that was like the best experience I've had. And also, it wasn't like the best time for me mentally. So me going to Kilifi was more of my ni kama kujitafuta and to think about myself since I was in a very bad state emotionally then. Yeah. So I would say that is my my saving trip.
Do you see yourself doing this even in your later stages in life? Say you are 40, 50, you have family, you have kids. Do you see yourself uh, traveling regularly, or it's just something that you are doing while you are young, and in your later stages maybe you will shift to your interests to something else?
Hey, hiking is one thing that bring my sanity back. So hata kama nitakuwa 100, as long as I can walk, hiyo milima tutapanda. Yeah, I don't think I'll end it. And even if when my kids are here, the only thing that will stop me from traveling is that my 9 month break, ya mimba, now that a few 1 year, because I've hiked with my nephew and he was like 6 months at Ngarindare. I carried him all the way. So and we have gone with him to Samburu. So I don't think it's something that I'd live at my younger age. Nitaendelea tu nayo. Maybe some things I'll stop, but I think the older I get, the more intense I want to be traveling. Yeah. So it's not
You've
something I'm planning to stop.
you've talked mountain climbing, and when we talk about traveling, we just usually want easy things. We just go to the beach, enjoy, then go back home. So this mountain climbing thing, how did it come about? Was it just an idea you decided that let me just try? I've never tried, and then you loved it, or what happened?
Uh I've been raised where I've been overlooking my Mount Kenya from like our house, like my parents' house. So it's one of those, you see, everyone has like a bucket list. It was one of those lists I wanted to do. Sorry, one of the things I wanted to do. And it started like a joke. Ya kwanza kwenda kwa milima. I used to hike like we are going to the river with my sister. We are walking to the beach Jioni. It wasn't like intense hiking. But I think my love for hiking imeanza maybe 3 years ago. I would say 3 years ago, like the first time I hiked Mount Kenya. But the first time I did like a day hike was back in 2017 when I did like a day hike for Mount Kenya, and I loved it. So me going like deeper and like higher altitude mountains just to test myself. So since I usually work out, going to the mountain is I put it as a challenge because I hiked Elephant Hill once, and kama kuna character development ya milima, that one gave me one. So since then, I said I'm going to prepare for those mountains. So apart from, for me, hiking would be more of fitness and for my mental well-being. So when you're going there, you're pushing yourself. You're about to give up. You're having conversations with yourself. It's more of self-realization and also for like my body and my mind and my soul wellness. Yeah. So it's not something I plan to stop. And also the more you hike, the more you get to enjoy view from like a different perspective. Tukiwa hapa tunaona mlima ndio ile, but when you up there, it's like it's magical. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Uh, for guys who maybe have never even tried to just get out of their city and just go and view different places, what will you like to tell them? Like, why should I? Let's say I have never even gotten out of my city or my town. For
Yeah.
you have been to very many different places. So what can you tell me? What do I benefit from such experiences?
First of all, we don't have um traveling can be very expensive and can be very cheap or even free. I'll give an example. Assuming you're living in a place where there's a river, walking from your house to the river, going and just sit and listen to the river flowing, that's enough adventure for you for that day. Inaanza hivyo tu kidogo kidogo. And you don't have to like nitoke Meru niende coast ama I go to Kisumu, like far places for me to say I'm traveling. Tunatembeanga hapa tunaenda kwa waterfalls. That's part of the adventure. So it depends on the kind of adventure, let me just call them adventure you're looking for. Ama what you're looking for. So for me, it's more of just like yoga and just like meditation. Being in nature, you get to experience nature itself. So if kama kuna nyesha, you'll experience that. Kama kuna jua, you'll experience that. If it's a sunset, you'll experience the sun rays on your face. So for me, the benefit that comes with hiking, traveling, you get to view things at a different perspective. That is one. The other thing, fitness. Si lazima ukue. For me, I'm small. I can I can move at a faster pace than a different person. But si lazima ukue na abs, ukue na muscles that you say when you're going hiking. You can just walk, go with your pace and enjoy. Or just as people here hiking and wanaona ni mateso. So you don't have just the moment weke ni mateso, you'll never enjoy kabisa. But the moment you take nature as part of you and you're going to discover yourself again and again and again, it becomes fun. Your mind opens up. The moment utoke uko from that river, let me just give like the simplest place you can walk. Ama kama kuna majani chai, tembea hapo, experience that. So ukirudi kwa nyumba, feel so fresh, you're feeling so good, you can actually sleep better. You can for creatives, that's when even like your mind opens up. You can write, you can journal, like so apart from, it's more of body, mind and spirit, and it gives you some sense of pride, confidence, joy, peace, love, and all those good things, apart from the muscle pains.
As we are finishing up, I want you to just talk about how you are able to balance all these things. You've talked about you having a day job and also this experience of hiking and photography. So how do you balance all these things? Because even when you're hiking, sometimes instead of just paying attention to the fun of the moment, maybe you are busy taking pictures, so like you do not even enjoy the moment because maybe you're just busy taking pictures. So how do you balance this photography, hiking, your day job and also your personal life, because we go through different challenges just as individuals, with our families, with our friends? How are you able to balance that?
Luckily I don't work on weekends, so only Monday to Friday. Then on weekends I'm free. So you'll find I don't usually travel like every weekend. I don't usually travel. I can even actually take like a month before I even leave my place. Then those weekends you just want to stay in the house and sleep and watch a movie. There are those weekends. Finding balance for me is, I wouldn't say like time management as such. Just planning yourself. Um, there is I'll work out in the evening since that's the only time I can find. So after work, I'll go to the gym, then swim. After that, maybe the next day I'll leave work, come play my violin, attend a few classes. Then the other weekend, I'll go home, chill with some friends. Then the other weekend, maybe I'll just stay in the house. Then the next month, I know I have a trip. So it's just knowing when these trips, when you're not busy, that's when you schedule for trips. I'm a plan in advance. Planning in advance also is good. Doesn't have to be a week's time. It can actually be 2 months, 6 months. So depending with your schedule, just for me, I balance on weekends. That's when I have time for myself, time for families, time for adventure. But it doesn't have to be every weekend. If I don't go to Nanyuki this weekend, I'll just stay in Meru, go enjoy skating, go enjoy swimming, maybe hiking, swimming. So those are the things that I do. But if I go to Nanyuki, I know I'm going, maybe chill with family, go see friends, and maybe if we have planned something with my friends, that's when we meet. But I have to, especially the distance traveled or even trips that require money, you need advanced planning because finances zinakuja hapo, and traveling is not very cheap at it. Like venye inakaa na si ati tuko na pesa mingi hivyo tuseme if we had money we'd be traveling every day lakini that balance, work, save, travel, invest, so you have to balance it all. Also don't push yourself, enda tu venye flow yako iko, enda tu na hiyo flow yako, because if you compare me with another traveler, kwangu I don't travel. There are people who travel like every single day and that's their job, but for me this is more of a part-time thing that I do on the side for my own personal fitness, wellness. But there are people who travel every single day, so it's good to know yourself. As much as una compare what others are doing for tips and everything, don't push yourself where you cannot get. Kama unasikia siwezi enda hapa, unasikia the price is very expensive, there's always another time to go. Plus these mountains are not living, ziko tu hapo, the ocean itakuwa tu hapo more buildings inakuja, more adventure inakuja, so just know yourself na ujue limits zako, and also limits zako, and also plan well.
Yeah, so thank you so much for giving me your time, and I really wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for even considering me to be here, it was surprising, but I really appreciate. I really appreciate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.